What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as Wrestlelamia looks at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Vince McMahon believing that Matt Riddle is the next Shawn Michaels, Matt Riddle admits to having an affair, Triple H breaks his silence on the leaks, AEW has a massive announcement, and does Roman Reigns have a bit of a big ego? That and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into the news. Our first story looks at the next possible Shawn Michaels, or at least Vince believes he is. Now, Matt Riddle made a name for himself on NXT, as well as a name for himself thanks to controversial tweets when he called out wrestlers such as Bill Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. Now that he's on SmackDown, it looks as if the original bro is already off to a good start, with the talented talker reportedly getting more control over his promos and Vince McMahon taking a liking to Riddle's in-ring work and microphone skills. According to a report at Ringside News, Vince likes guys like Shawn who have that rebel mentality, and he sees some of Shawn in Matt. Matt can rub some people the wrong way, but he's a good guy and will do great when Vince calls him up. I think he's a future world champion. Vince will try to tweak him, but his personality will get him far. Vince McMahon made a lot of money from Shawn Michaels back during the Heartbreak Kid's career, and you can be sure Vinnie Mac would like to pad his wallet even more with a similar superstar. If this proves true, McMahon better hope Riddle doesn't present as many headaches as Michaels did during his heyday. Do you think Riddle might be a top star like Michaels, even championship material? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Matt Riddle admits he had an affair, but his wife is still sticking beside him. Now recently Matt Riddle took to Twitter and admitted his affair with Candy Cartwright. He was very remorseful about his actions, and of course, nobody wants to admit to an affair. Plus, it's none of our business, is it? He's ashamed of his past, but he outright denies any misconduct. Just listen.
I have never, in my entire life, sexually assaulted a man, woman, or anybody. And that includes Samantha Tavel, Candy Cartwright. I never sexually assaulted you. The story about that band trip and the driver being asleep and me forcing you to do stuff and hop on whatever is a complete lie. It's a fabricated story because you're still mad. You know why you're mad? Because yes, you're right. We had an affair. You have plenty of evidence of that. And you know what? I never denied it because it happened. I started to get sad and depressed because I was lying to my wife so much to hide what I was doing. I was lying to all my friends because I didn't want anybody to know, because it's not something cool. I didn't want to brag about it. I tried to end it. I blocked you. I blocked your social media. You then started using messaging apps and you kept coming. I blocked those. I got a new number. You got my new number and kept messaging me. Now you have literally started harassing me, showing up to hotels, harassing my friends. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? At this point, you have to realize if you don't think you're stalking me or harassing me, you're crazy. And if you are at home and you don't think that's harassment, you're crazy. At the end of the day, I'm not perfect. We did have an affair, and I'm not happy about that. But I never sexually abused anybody. I never sexually assaulted anybody. And when I wanted to get out of this relationship, out of this situation, she said no, and she kept pursuing me and harassing me and stalking me. And then when she didn't get her way, she used the Speak Out movement to try to ruin my career. Completely unacceptable.
What do you guys think of Matt Riddle's story now? Do you believe that the allegations aren't true? Let us know in the comments down below. Or whilst we're on the subject of Matt Riddle, his wife Lisa Riddle fires back at her husband's accuser. Now, Lisa Riddle has taken to Twitter to let it be known that she and her family are standing united despite the hashtag speaking out accusations being made against Matt Riddle. Lisa tweeted, "This is us. We are the Riddles. Are we perfect? No, but we are a force that will always stick together and be strong. Words of recommendation, don't try to mess with us. Do we expect everyone to like us? No, and if you don't, that's okay, but don't get in our way." Lisa Riddle continues to stand by her man during this time of turmoil, and it appears she's not going to stop anytime soon. Next up, Taz is making a big announcement at Fyter Fest. Taz shocked the wrestling world when he revealed himself as Brian Cage's manager. Now wrestling's human suplex machine says he has a huge announcement planned for the 8th July edition of Fyter Fest. AEW president Tony Khan tweeted, "Also tomorrow night at Night 2 of Fyter Fest on AEW Dynamite on TNT, Taz and Brian Cage will be interviewed by Tony Schiavone, and Taz will make an announcement that I guarantee will send shockwaves through the world of professional wrestling." There's no rumors on what that big announcement might be. Could Taz be bringing in another wrestler? Might Cage demand a special stipulation for his AEW World Heavyweight Championship match against Moxley at 15th July's Fight for the Fallen? Could Taz be making an in-ring return? Probably unlikely, but anything could happen. Next up, more new WWE Championships coming. The new version of the United States Championship quickly won over the WWE fans when it was unveiled on the 6th July edition of Raw. While rumor has it a new version of the NXT Championship will debut soon, rumor has it that the fans could see a new version of the SmackDown Tag Team Championship too. According to Twitter account Dan Beltzer, they've had new SmackDown tags since WrestleMania 35 they haven't used. NXT belt is being replaced with a larger version of the same design. While the NXT belt is fine, maybe the SmackDown Tag Team Championships could do with a makeover, but one that surely needs a makeover other than just a change of a blue strap is the Universal title. But whilst we're on the subject of the US Championship, was it created with a 3D printer? Yeah, the new version of the United States Championship may be the first belt made by a new process. According to Twitter user Dan Beltzer, based on my limited research, this is a technique similar to how the new United States belt main plate was done. Beltzer included a video of a 3D printer creating something using metal. Kinda interesting on how belts are actually made. Next up, who does Edge want to face next? Well, while Edge has a long recovery ahead of him thanks to his recent triceps injury, wrestling's Rated R superstar already has a list of WWE superstars he wants to battle when he returns. Speaking with the ESPN Cheap Heat podcast, Edge noted, "Yeah, there's Rollins, that's a gimme. There's AJ Styles, a guy like Cesaro, a guy like Shinsuke, Matt Riddle. I look at a guy like Ricochet, oh my god, I'd die to get in the ring with him." Any of these matches would be instant classics, but who would you like to see Edge wrestle when he returns? Be sure to leave your comments down below. Next up, a WWE writer has been rehired. The WWE furloughed a number of backstage personnel on and around 15th April, with the producers and writers being told that the WWE had no work for them at the time. Now, Ringside News is reporting that Andrea Lissenberger was released from WWE. She was a writer responsible for a lot of the Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville storylines through WrestleMania. Ringside News has learned that the WWE has rehired Lissenberger and brought her back to the company. We were told she's been back quite a while. During an episode of A Ring the Bella, Lissenberger shared her thoughts on being released. I honestly wasn't expecting it. I wasn't surprised, to be perfectly honest, given the situation of everything that's going on, but it was a little surprising. At the end of the day, I had a very positive experience writing for the team. It was an experience that I wouldn't change or give up. Some fans were surprised due to Lissenberger's involvement in the wildly popular Mandy Rose and Otis angle. Next up, AEW is having fun with the WWE's Eye for an Eye match. The potentially gruesome Eye for an Eye match between Seth Rollins and Rey Mysterio at the horror show at Extreme Rules isn't the first time such a match has been done. Something Chris Jericho is having fun reminding fans of. Le Champion recently tweeted a picture of an old promo picture from Dynamite's Eye for an Eye match, and this comment, "An Eye for an Eye match? You're welcome." Tony Khan replied with a gif from Spider-Man of Willem Dafoe saying, "You know, I'm something of a scientist myself." Triple H breaks his silence on the recent leaks. Night 2 of the Great American Bash will feature North American champion Keith Lee taking on NXT champion Adam Cole in a title versus title match, a match that some fans think they know the result to due to a leaked photo. You may recall NXT superstar Saurav Gurjar posted a picture on Instagram that appeared to show Lee winning the match. The picture was quickly taken down, leading some to believe it was an accident, while others believing it was work designed to get the fans to tune in on 8th July. Rumors began flying that the WWE had taped 2 endings to the match, hoping to prevent spoilers. During a chat with Sports Illustrated, the game was asked about this and why fans would want to tune in. "I thought we had an epic show last week, and this week's show is something special. I thought there's a little bit of controversy around it, and this won't be the first time I've taken it upon myself to manipulate that process, but what I can tell you is that this main event delivers. Adam Cole and Keith Lee, I think it's a dream match between our 2 top performers from 2019, and they deliver here. We'll know soon enough if the WWE was working its fans with the so-called leak. In any event, a Lee vs Cole title versus title match should be fantastic. And finally, Roman Reigns' somewhat big ego. Roman Reigns has had quite the WWE career so far, and apparently he thinks the Royal Rumble appearances are the gold standard in the WWE. How else to explain the following tweet? I might be the most important Royal Rumble competitor of all time. Before you start complaining, just think about the last 5 years. The big dog won the Royal Rumble once in 2015 and holds the record for the most times as a runner-up, that being 4. If coming in second place is a benchmark for greatness, Reigns could be right. But there you have it guys, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, subscribe if you haven't already, follow us on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.